questions I need to go through that were sent already. And then, so we have lots of time if you want to send your questions in today, okay? I want to go over a couple things with you. Talking about growing, be patient with yourself and know that repetition is the key to mastering anything. You don't become an Olympian athlete. You don't know how to play the violin. You don't know how to become a ballerina unless you're willing to be patient, forgiving, okay, and stay confident and stay connected to your breath. So please understand something. No matter what we do in life, okay, you know what? He who negotiates best wins. Now, what that truly means is that person that stays connected to their breath and calm will always win. They'll always win, okay? And the reality is your subconscious doesn't want to grow. It doesn't want to let go. It doesn't want to move forward. And it'll use any excuse it can not to invite something new into your life. You know what I mean? Think about that. So the reality is whether we're doing a 6-day water fasting challenge or we're trying to make a line in the sand, a loving line in the sand to honor, respect, and protect ourselves, to make that phone call, to do that certain thing, to follow through. How good does it feel to follow through? So understand something. Willpower will run out, but learning to repeat something and make it really prominent, because you have to understand this, okay? The reason why I do the 6-day water fasting challenge every 2 months is this. It's going to happen that the second time or third time you watching this or participating, you're going to hit a home run. You're not going to get it the first time. That's why people are allowed to call us after they do you can call us anytime you want. But once people do a consultation, a perfect day with us, they can call us 10 times a day. And they can say, I forgot. What did you say? Because guess what? We all get too busy in our mind, and our job is to teach you how to mind your own business, how to learn how to mind your mind, and to take out the weeds and plant beautiful flowers, which are beautiful beliefs. So, patience, confidence, stay connected to your breath, and no matter what the situation is, if you stay calm and patient, slight smile on your face and connected to your breath, you know what? I'm going to tell you, that's what the government does. That's what people in power do, is they go, it doesn't matter if I'm lying. I just need to stay calm and have the other person lose it. And I look like I'm right and they look like they're crazy. I want you to think about that. Okay? It's really important. So as we go through our life, your subconscious works the same way. It'll try to trip you up because your subconscious says, do you really want this? Do you really want to know this? Well, then you better repeat it 10,000 times, and you better do it with passion and purpose and desire. And understand something. The repetition is the key, because without that, you'll think that you're a procrastinator when you are only a hesitator. You're not a procrastinator. You're a hesitator because you don't know consciously that your subconscious is running you. So this is why I just want you to stick to things. And I know I've gotten a whole bunch of calls from people all over the world. Dr. Wolfe, I apologize. And even emails. I apologize for not being able to go for more than one day. Apologize? Don't ever apologize about that. You're amazing. I'm so proud of you. Next time you'll go longer. You'll go stronger. And you'll grow stronger. So everybody, just really, truly take that in, okay? Now, as you grow, I grow. And this is what's going on. So September the 24th, September the 24th. Yep, September the 24th. You might want to jot that on your calendar or tell Siri to remind you. September the 24th. All right, I will be coming on at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, okay, or 3 p.m. We haven't decided yet, but you'll know when we get closer. And I'll be going through the perfect day protocol for the 6-day advanced water fasting challenge. Now, what do I mean about that? Well, if I really knew better, but you can't know better until you learn better, I would have done that for the other 6-day advanced water fasting challenge. I would come on 2 weeks prior, get everybody started on how to lubricate those hinges and how to prepare your digestive tract to shut down so that you can open up your stem cell therapy in your body. So now we get it, okay? We're finally cluing in here. We're a little slow, but so 2 weeks prior, and that would be the 24th, we'll be coming on and we'll be setting the guidelines on how to kick off that day in preparation for the most powerful 6-day advanced water fast that you've ever done. How's that? Okay, and then on October the 8th will be the first day, will be the starting day, which is a Thursday, and that'll be the starting day of the Advanced Water Fasting Challenge. Okay, so day one of the 6-day water fasting challenge, this is what it's going to include, because I'm getting more organized. Okay, repeat until we perfect this thing. Okay, you got it. So what it's going to include on day one is emotional support, how to support yourself emotionally so that you don't trip yourself up with your subconscious and you don't trip yourself up with other people in the family and the things they say and the things they do. The next thing is nutritional support. Now, it's not supplements. It's all energy medicine products that will help to support you and bring your frequency up without turning on your digestive tract. Okay? The next thing we'll be talking about is exercises that lengthen, strengthen, detox, and tone. Because we can do those through a fast. But the best way to blow a fast is hit the gym and hit it hard. Okay? And then the other thing that's really important, okay, is we're going to be going through the 4 pillars of the Braveheart loving steps that you really need to incorporate and really start to get going so you get your groove by the time we get into the 6-day fast. Now, the next thing is, and the last thing I'll be going through will be the perfect day, sleep. And we're going to be talking about how to get the best sleep ever. So these are things that are going to be broken down and I'm going to go through on the first day. All right? And that'll be the first day of the water fast. And we'll be going through the routine of how to take the energy medicine therapy and how we come into that first day, 6-day water fasting. And the next thing is, actually, my apologies, I'm going to change that. Okay? It's actually going to be on October the 8th, Drake, because it's got to be on a Wednesday. And then what we'll do is we'll kick the fast off that night. So we will come on 10 a.m. Wednesday morning, okay, on October the 7th. And then you are going to start your fast on Thursday morning so that your third day of the water fast, advanced water fast, will be on a Saturday, because sometimes the third day that's when the digestive tract totally shuts down. And sometimes you can feel a little off, tired, achy. So it's better you're not working. So the third day can be hump day, right? Isn't that something? Hump day. All right. And so we're going to be going through all of that. But then what we're going to be doing, we're going to go through all of that so you know the rules. And then we'll start the next day with a Q&A. Okay? All right. So let's get started. So all the links of everything that I'm talking about here today, you'll see at the end if you want. We put a little thing together to just tell you where you can go to here, here, and here. And this is not about products, so it's not a commercial. This is about where to find the A to Z masterclass, which will teach you all about why the physical body gets scar tissue, calcification, crystallization, and how the medical system works with that and how we work with it. We have videos on every part of the body. And also, if you were to read from page 3 until about page 40, you're going to learn the whole domino effect of why people do not need to grow older. We will age, but we don't need to grow old. Do you understand? So, but it'll tell you where to go in the library for this guide, or where to go for the Braveheart masterclass, or where to go to for which is the emotional one, and then the physical one being the A to Z wellness masterclass. Okay? So if you want to check that out, and it'll tell you just where to go for different things like the DIY, the do-it-yourself videos that you might want to check out. Okay? All right, so send in your live questions and from Facebook, Intercom, or YouTube. All right, and just so everybody knows, so it looks like the border's going to be closed until August the 21st. We have a lot of people from the States that want to come up for personal treatment and training. If any of you are watching, give us a call. We may have to rebook you. I know we have a couple groups, 3 groups actually coming in August, so we might have to move you for your personal treatment and training. And that just means it's going to leave. We've got 3 spots open right now. If you want to do a personal treatment and training with your family and have the most amazing holiday and come to the most beautiful place, Kelowna, then you can come and stay with us. And that'll be the journey of a lifetime. Check out our personal treatment and training guide on our library on docofdetox.com, okay? And go to Doc of Detox if you want to look up the events page. And our upcoming courses are going to be in Orlando in September. They're going to be October in Palm Springs, California. October's in Kelowna. And in November, it'll be Palm Springs, California. We'll have our full 21-day course there. You can do the 8-day Whole Life Coach certification if you just want to do that. Or you can just do the Wolfe non-surgical, or you can do them both and get a discount. All right, and we'll be staying at the Omni Resort when we're in Palm Springs and we're in Florida. Instead of paying over $300 for the rooms because it's a 5-star plus hotel, it'll be $119 for the room. So you can either stay there and come and take the certification. And for those who want to get treatments, please book early. At least get your name into us. Give us a call, your name, your phone number, and I will be the one talking to you. Let's say that they said, oh, you've got to get a rod put in your spine. Then I need to talk to you because I need to know how many treatments to do to reverse that so you don't get that rod. Okay? You need hip surgery. I've had 4 car accidents, a concussion. So then I will be able to take a look at the hours. We'll actually figure out how many hours you need. So when you come, how long you would stay. We usually do 2 hours a day in treatment. And so that we give your body a rest, and you can do that every day. And then if you don't need all the hours, then that's fine. Don't use them, but we want to try to be as exact as possible. And because we've been doing this for years, we pretty well will hit it on the head. Okay? And then in February, we'll be in Extapa doing a full training in February. And then we're also going to do what's called the 33-Day Awakening, which is one of our most powerful courses. All right? So let's begin. Now, yesterday, I said, because there was some people asking me to do this, that I would do this. And what I said was, first of all, hair loss. I know it's not about fasting, but it's about feeling better about yourself and understand something. Most people will lose their hair because of too much stress, and it's really beating up on the liver. Your hair will go gray when you're lacking minerals. Okay, and it'll go silver when you're lacking a lot of minerals and you've got a lot of stress in your life. Now, before lacking minerals, it will always be the stress. Stress will overpower everything. And whether you want to believe this or not, stress is the biggest killer right now. It's not COVID, and it's the bigger because COVID is a cold. And I'm allowed to say that because it even says that the CDC says it, the World Health Organization says it. The International Health Institution says it. You know, they all say that COVID's a cold. But meanwhile, so the world's ending. Go figure. So the what's really ending everybody's lives and taking everybody to the brink here is actually the stress. There's nothing better than to have real stress, 10 out of 10, to take people that are already older or very sick and just push them off the cliff. That's the deal right there. And you'll all wake up to this fact. It won't wake up to it now because, you know, the subconscious, if you've never ever mastered your subconscious, then you're wearing a mask right now. And we also know that masks don't help at all, okay, unless it's the medical mask, which nobody's wearing. So that's another thing. But whatever, we won't get into that today. We're getting into hair loss. And the hair loss is mainly from stress. Go figure, eh? Oh, I'm losing my hair. Take a look at the period 3 months, 6 months prior, and you'll see that it was totally traumatic. okay? Or you've been running programs the whole time and not knowing that you're just terrorizing yourself, okay? I'm losing my hair. I'm pulling my hair out, okay? All right, so I'm going to go through it fairly quick, but just so you know, the first thing that we do is we get a skin brush. You can see it on our website. This is a very hard bristle brush. And what you do is you put it on the head and you vibrate it. You don't go back and forth trying to scrub your hair off, okay? You just do a vibration and you go really, really deep. Like I can feel it, like pins and needles going in there, right? And then I don't know if it's going to show red. Yeah, look at that. Wait, see? Now take a look at the other side. Okay, see this side? You can see the redness right here, right? Where I just hit, where the hair's shorter. You see how I have a scar right here? And see how it's really red right now? Well, that's just from this. So that's called hyperemia. Now understand something. Skin brushing your whole body has got to be the most amazing thing that you've ever done. And if you look inside my book, you can get my book free if you want. It's called Healthy to 100. But if you look inside my book at the last chapter, it's called Beautiful Skin. And it tells you how to skin brush, tells you how to do a salt glow, tells you how to do a cocoa salt glow, tells you how to do oil pulling. Okay, so it's all back there. But, so first we're going to do this, and we're going to do this on the whole head. And we're going to vibrate like that. Like I can really feel the warmth here. I can feel the heat even if my hand's right here. So you want to bring the blood to the surface. Oh my gosh, isn't that the key? Well, the reason why you're losing your hair is because the microcirculation in those hair follicles has been lost. So they're basically dying off or they're going into a coma. Let's wake them up, right? Okay, so that's the first thing. The next thing is what you're going to do, okay, is, you ready for this? Okay, so this is called a Dock of Detox Clapper. Believe it or not, those of you in Canada, my apologies, but we've had 50 clappers go missing with UPS. Now we have 50 clappers gone missing with FedEx. People must just love clappers. I mean, they're gone. So now we just sent another 50 up here, but we have 250 clappers down in the United States. So if you've been on the fence about getting a clapper, please order your clapper because your hand will get tired. Okay, especially when we start to teach you how to clap the whole body for every type of condition from your nose to your toes. All right, and they're not expensive. You can see it on my website. So then what I do is, what you do is this, is you've got, see this side's bumpy, right? And this side's smooth. I would go like this, and then you would do your whole head with this bumpy side to stimulate, and you do everywhere. Now that would be done, that would probably take about, so let's say the vibration with the skin brush is 3 to 5 minutes. This would be about 10 minutes. Then I take the smooth side, and you don't have to, but if you really want your hair to come back, then you take the smooth side and then clap everywhere again, all over, for maybe another 10 minutes. Okay, after you've done that, what you do is you get moringa oil, okay? So then you get moringa oil, and then what you do is you get hair restore, okay? All right, you get moringa oil, you get hair restore. And then what do? Then you get just a teeny little pinch of cayenne. So you want to do a test area first. So, you ready? Moringa oil, structured moringa oil, hair restore essential oil. I'm going to take the moringa oil because the moringa oil, it has the most nutrition of any oil. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit, like let's say, to do your whole head, and you want to do the area where you're losing your hair, okay? What you're going to do is, let's say you took an ounce. I took an ounce of the moringa oil, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take enough of the hair restore essential oil, and I'm only going to take enough of that when I put on, so do a sample. So you're going to only use a few drops. Let's say we use, to 1 ounce, we use 5 drops, then we'll go 10, then we'll go 20, because everybody's got different sensitivity. Then what you'll do is you'll keep adding the drops that when you put the moringa oil on, you're going to feel a tingling. Not a burning, but a tingling. And that tingling is going to send the essential oils in, send the actual moringa oil in, and help to feed the area. Okay? All right? So that's how you get your hair back. Now, if you take a look on my website and you want to ramp it up, like really ramp it up, And you can go on and you can watch the videos. But let me tell you one thing. Nothing grows hair faster than Avacen, Avacen. Yes, I know it's more costly, but the reality is, do you want hair on your head? Do you want to improve your microcirculation by 66% throughout the whole body? That's 100% more than any other energy medicine device. And do you want something that's going to teach you how to get into a parasympathetic state? Something that's going to put you to sleep too. Okay? So it does so many things. I can't even tell you what it does. Okay? So right from helping people with autism to heart disease to cancer. I mean, microcirculation, your body's microcirculation is 74%. 26% is arterial and venual. The rest is all micro, all small micro. If you've got trouble in your veins and your arteries, you're already in big trouble already. Okay, and that's why the skin brushing and the clapping and the salt glows, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. We'll get to those. But that's how you do the hair restore. Okay? And we will have a video up in the do-it-yourself. I'm going to be doing that. Right? We'll be doing one of those.
Yep.
And I'll show it conclusively. I'll show the clapping everywhere, just the technique and everything I do. I'll show the skin brushing. We won't show the whole half hour. Who wants to watch me for a half hour? Meanwhile, the guy who's on there for usually an hour or two. Anyway, so that's how you do that. Next thing I just wanted to mention, because I had somebody ask me again. Okay, first of all, you see this? This is a nebulizer. It's amazing. I won't tell you what it can do, but I think you can figure it out yourself. We have what's called Silver Bullets liquid, and you can use this right there, Silver Bullet liquid, and you can use this in your ears, you can use it in your eyes, you can use it in your sinuses, and you can also use it in your mouth. And then we have Bright Eyes Fulvic drops. We're the only ones that have actually drops in Fulvic around the world. I've never seen anybody have these, that you can actually put these in your eyes for eye problems. But that's not why we're talking about that. So the Silver Bullet liquid and the Bright Eyes, you can put that in. You can mix them together if you want. I kind of like to use the silver first because it creates an environment that bugs can't live in, infectious things like viruses or bad bacteria or fungus, things of that nature. And see, we got a little bit of liquid in there. You see it just splashing around? So if I hit this here, let's see if you can see. See? Can you see it? Yeah, you do. Okay, so what you're seeing right now come out of there is you're seeing silver come out of here. Now, reality is this. We were selling these things for around $35, right? What we were paying for them. And here's the deal. Can you believe it? When COVID came out, guess what? These became a medical device. And guess what? The Health Protection Branch was so nice as to take a shipment of 300 of these, and they're gone. And we're not ever allowed to sell this again because this is a medical device. Can you believe it's a medical device? Okay. All right. So it's kind of funny how that becomes a medical device, but it did. So the reality is now you're going to have to, if you go to buy one, and they're amazing, you're going to have to go online, and they're around, what we've seen is they're around like $100 to $150. But you might be able to find them smaller. Make sure they don't heat up, and make sure they're as small as 5 micron, which this one is. And then start nebulizing and see how that makes your lungs feel, how that helps your sinuses. Even nebulizing helps to your eyes, your ears, because everything's connected like a cave. Okay? All right. The next thing that I was going to talk about. Oh, yeah. So somebody was asking about the Epsom salts. I can't really show it to you, but that probably doesn't even show up. So the Epsom salt glow, what I'm going to do is we're going to try to do this in the next few days. I'll try to show how to do a skin brush, a salt glow, and then do a sauna, and how to do it right. Okay, but what I wanted to talk about is if you take Epsom salts and you wet Epsom salts down to the consistency of wet sand, then what we do is we put Muscle Restore essential oil in, and you can scrub your whole body with that. Now, if you take that same concoction and you take a cup, 1 cup of wet Epsom salts, consistency of wet sand, and you put essential oil in of Muscle Restore, and then you just put a pinch of cayenne, you put a teaspoon of cayenne into 1 cup. Now, those areas that are so stubborn that the fast wouldn't move, while you're doing the fast, or even if you're not doing the fast, the advanced water fast, you take that concoction of Epsom salt, Muscle Restore, water, okay, and a teaspoon of cayenne to 1 cup of Epsom salts made already. You mix it and you scrub your love handles. You scrub the tire that's out front. You scrub where you see cellulite. Do not scrub all over your body. Do not scrub your face with that, with the cayenne. It's too stimulating. But those areas that stay cold, those areas that look old, those areas that have those fatty, stubborn deposits, okay, of cellulite, it'll help to move them. Okay, so try that out. You can first skin brush first and then do that. But only do a sample area to make sure the cayenne is not too hot, too strong. Okay, so just a sample area. So let's do a bum cheek, let's do a hip, let's do somewhere, and then it's not going to be a big deal, right? Okay, and we're not going to do a big patch. So let's do a patch test. Okay? All right, so I've answered those questions. The other thing is that we'll be going into in detail on 2 weeks prior. The next advanced water fasting is how to do a coffee enema properly. All right? So that's what we're going to do. How to do a coffee enema, an advanced coffee enema properly. Because you may not know this, but I opened up the first colon therapy school that was in North America. Not North America, but Canada. I was the second school in North America. Dr. Woods was the first one. And actually, the manual that I wrote was used by the United States Senate back in 1986, a little while ago. And it was used in the study of colon cancer, all right, with a U.S. Senate group. Anyway, so the reality is the colon's really important, but just know this. A liver cleanse is not for the colon. It's mainly for the liver. That's what a coffee enema is for. It's to clean out your liver, and it's the best way to clean out your liver. So we'll go into that in more detail. So that first session might be about 2 hours, and I won't be taking any Q&As on that day 2 weeks prior, okay? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do one Q&A a few days later, and then another one. So we'll do the Q&A to get you started on the perfect day and to go over everything on how to do your 2 weeks. And then we'll do a Q&A prior, the day before you start your advanced water fasting, where we'll go over the rules again on how to do everything. Okay? So we want to really make sure that this becomes a part of your lifestyle, because if it does, you're going to smile all the way to the bank, because you're not going to have to spend all that money on looking after that sick body. Okay? I don't think there's anything else that I need to talk about. That's it. So let's go through the questions. Let's see here. Drake, is there any questions? Can you see if that's working? Joanne, I absolutely cannot do squats or any kind of leg exercises. My left leg is shot because of a quack doctor in 2017. Oh, that could have been me. People call me a quack all the time. Okay. No, it wasn't me. Anyway, even though I do finally have a new knee, the left knee and ankle are frozen, and I will never ride my bike again. Well, you know what? Let's just stop right here. Joanne, that's got to be not a really good conversation you're having with yourself. And the reality is, this can all be reversed. So the reality is, and then people are going to say, yeah, well, Dr. Wolfe, you know what? I can't come and see you. Or Dr. Wolfe, When you're in Orlando, I can't come there. Or when you're in Palm Springs, I can't come there. So we can make all the excuses in the world. When something really becomes a priority for you, you get it done. When you put your heart and your passion behind something, you get it done. You ever notice that people make excuses? I don't make excuses anymore in my life. If somebody asks me if I want to do something, I just go, no, thank you. I don't go maybe, or I'll see, or I'll try. The reality is, if you want your knee back, if you want your ankle back, if you want your leg back, I'm going to give you a money back guarantee that if you do 85 to 90% of what we ask you, you're getting it back. Well, what do you want? You want more than that? When's the last time somebody gave you that? So understand, Joanne, this is not really good talk. Okay? I absolutely cannot do squats. Well, that's only today. Or any kind of leg exercise. Well, that's only because nobody's gone in there and actually took that beef jerky apart that's got you all knotted up in your joints. And guess what? How about this, Joanne? I could do 20 minutes on a knee, your ankle, okay? And what's going to happen? You're going to have range of motion within 20 minutes. What does that tell you? That tells you that we're on the right track, right? My left leg is shot because of a quack doctor. It's not shot. Anytime that you get surgery, you're going to have more scar tissue than you started with, because surgery causes more scar tissue than anything else that we know of. But even a surgeon will tell you that. You have a ton of surgery. A ton of scar tissue. Now, let me explain something. When you take a knife into the body, that causes trauma. Whether anybody wants to believe this or not, doesn't really matter. But every cell has a brain, has a liver, has a kidney, has a spine, has every organ that the human body has. And it has emotion, it has feeling. When you take a knife in, you terrorize all the tissue around that area. The body overcompensates by sending too much fibrin, which eventually creates scar tissue, a mass of it. And then that scar tissue grows legs. You know what? There is nothing that grows legs on it except when you use a knife. When you use a knife, you get all these legs on it except a tumor. Did you get that? Because a tumor, well, it has its legs on it because it's stealing your nutrition, okay? And it's trying to take over more territory. So there's only two things. A tumor grows legs, and you'll grow legs after a cesarean, appendix operation, gallbladder operation, prostate surgery, heart surgery. It doesn't really matter. And if somebody doesn't go in and actually go in with Wolfe non-surgical, and I say Wolfe non-surgical because I've never seen anybody with another treatment that can get rid of it. So if you don't go in and pull that beef jerky apart and then know how to, what to take and what to do yourself to keep it away and to keep it moving, then it's never going to happen. So of course your leg is shot. Your leg is shot because you don't have powerful belief systems that can help to turn that leg around. It's not your fault, but when you give up on yourself, you give up on your life. So to say that this is it, I don't do that. Whatever I want, I'm going to have it. I'm going to turn it around because I'm going to take massive personal action, passion, purpose, and I'm going to get there. So anyway, even though I do finally have a new knee, well, you don't have a new knee. You have a foreign object that is now your knee. And understand something. I'm not picking on you, but do you know how many times we haven't had anybody go for knee surgery in years that was even booked. And if you think I'm kidding, you can call me up. I'll give you people's phone numbers that they were booked for next week or in 2 weeks. And they said, well, I'll come here. And if it doesn't work, I'm going there. And that's the reality. Understand something. When you are told there is no tissue left in the knee, there's no tissue left in the hip, it's bone on bone, it's not. It's calcified. And the body will regenerate and grow back tissue. Okay? And you know what? No doctor's going to tell me it doesn't. But a doctor's going to tell you that, hey, it's all gone. And it's not that they're lying. It's everybody gets programmed. Okay? So the left knee and ankle are frozen. No, yeah, they're frozen with crystallization, scar tissue, and calcium. Big deal. Okay, we have people that are so frozen that they're walking on the sides of their ankles because they're frozen. We have a lady that was just here 4 weeks ago that walked on the side of her ankles until she had Ready for this? A 1 hour treatment on one ankle and one on the other one. And now she got up and she was walking flat footed. Not flat footed, but flat on her feet. So, you know what? It's one thing to say something, and then there's another thing to follow through and show you that this is true. I will never ride my bike again. Well, then you don't like bikes. Because the reality is you could ride a bike if you wanted again. And guess what? The reality is this: if you've got frozen joints, then you're just a stiff 2x4. But the reality is, if we go in and take that scar tissue and make it into connective, beautiful vascular tissue, and we get the calcium to go back into the bones of the knee, and we melt the crystallization, well, that's the end of that story. Oh, it's been so long since anybody really tried to challenge me on my show, or actually tried to challenge me like, I can't get this person better, you can't either. I'd like to see that, okay? And I'd like to see it not because I'm trying to start something. I'd like to see it because I want to show the world that you were created by God Almighty and that you can heal and do the impossible and make it I am possible. All right? I never ride my bike again, go up and down stairs or hills like normal person again. Well, the reality is, you could. My right knee is bone on... There you go. My right knee is bone on bone. I'm terrified of getting a new knee. Well, then guess what? Then get one 1 hour treatment on your knee and tell me that it's bone on bone and tell me that you can't walk properly. Okay, I will tell you right now that in that one treatment, we should see, well, is this good enough? 40 to 60% turnaround in that knee? Is that good enough? And then let's teach you to not terrorize yourself or have thoughts that are disempowering. And let's take a look in your cupboards in your fridge and get rid of every inflammatory food and get rid of addictive behaviors. So with all that said, I have gained a tremendous amount of weight. Well, yeah, if you don't use it, you lose it, okay? But you will gain. You will grow. If you don't grow consciously, you will grow physically bigger. So if you don't grow consciously, you will grow physically bigger. Now, what do I mean? You're limiting your thoughts. So if you think that you can take the thoughts created by any system, which is not a human being, systems are not human beings out there. They're corporations. No beating heart, no emotion, no follow through. Let me tell you, how do you go back and attack a corporation for not following through? How do you come and get me? Well, here I am, come and get me. So the reality is, they don't have to take responsibility. The reality is, if they don't have to take responsibility, they don't have to teach you responsibility. And if you don't understand, there's only one person responsible for this body, would be you. And I understand you can't do better until you know better, but I'm telling you, here's better. Let's see if you come and get it. And then I'll have you on my show 40 minutes after that knee treatment, and then you can tell people if I'm the quack, okay? So, and I say this because when are we going to stop allowing so-called professionals to program us that we don't have the ability to heal? That needs to stop. I have gained a tremendous amount of weight and now have high cholesterol, diabetes, and more. Well, we can turn all this around. No, we can't. I made that up. You can. But we can give you the information, and if you do the follow through, it's over. So then I would say to you, and I mean this in the best way because I don't know you, so don't take it personal. But Joanne, do you love yourself? Are you guilty? Do you believe that you don't have the ability to think properly or make money or the ability to heal yourself? So where are your disempowering beliefs? Because there's disempowering beliefs all through this. And I'm not picking on you because guess what? The real you would not talk like this. The real you would talk like a brave heart goddess. You would not talk like this. You've been programmed to talk like this. I am on extremely limited income. There we go. And have bills like everyone else. So do I. All right. And during this whole program, this cold flu COVID program, you know, I'd say that my company probably lost $175,000, $200,000. And do you know what it is? And do you know how many of my colleagues are in trouble right now? And they have big businesses. So understand something. It's all a mindset. I don't care. What is, what is. I am going to have what's best for me, best for my for the people that work with me, and I'm gonna have the best for you. And I'm never gonna deviate. I'm not gonna let any system or any program tell me differently. And understand something, Joanne. If it meant that you had to go into debt to get your legs back, is it worth it? And if you told me no, I'd say that's fine. That's your belief. Okay? Okay. So now she asks, Joanne says, what is the water fast about? I would tell you to go to my library, and I would tell you to go into my library, and I would tell you to watch the videos that are in there. Go to my library. Well, first go to Doc of Detox, click on library, go into the library, click on the 6-day advanced water fasting guide, and then go in there and read the guide and watch the videos. Because I'm going to tell you something. You will never, ever do anything amazing unless you're going to put some effort behind it. So understand this. Did you ever notice something? In this life, there's constant struggle. I struggle to get my master classes done. I struggle to do things. But guess what? I stay connected to my breath because I have a choice to struggle and go nowhere, or to struggle and go everywhere I want to. And that is the adventure. People say, I can't stand this life, it has stress. I would say, if this life had no stress, I wouldn't want to be here. Where's the challenge? Where's the adventure? Where's the excitement? When you were younger, you would swing from a rope from a tree. You'd go on a trampoline, try to do a flip. Okay? Take a look at what people do when they're younger. And then we get all caught up in our fear, and then what do? Not much. And the reality is this. I'm not picking on anyone, but the majority of the population has victimitis. And I'm not saying this about you, Joanne, but the majority of the population has victimitis. And victimitis means that I'm a victim. You know, it's like this. It's in our family. Yeah, really? It's not. It's the way your family eats, drinks, and thinks. And you do that now. So if you wanted to change, you have to change your subconscious, which means you'd have to become conscious, which means you'd have to know you were asleep to wake up. You got to wake up. People are victims today. And you know why? It's not because they're weak. It's because they've been taught to be weak. Because the systems have taught them to go weak. Look at the way you talk here. I would never talk like this. Never. And I'm not better than you. I'm not worse than you. I just learned to reprogram my brain. And whether you want to believe this or not, why is it that there can be so many people on this planet doing so much good for people and they're so sick? Why is it that people that can be so evil, okay, they have good health? Because I'm going to tell you something. Your beliefs form your reality. And I know some people don't want to hear this. Oh, they're going to get theirs. Well, when are they going to get it? When are they going to get it? When are these people going to be taken to task? And the other thing is, are they going to be taken to task now? Oh, and then what does the person you say? My father was a part-time pastor, and what he used to say? Oh, if they don't get it now, they'll get it in the afterlife. Well, what are we kidding ourselves? My father used to say that God love him. But the reality is, there was a part of him that was jealous when he would say that. I could see it. But the reality was my father was not emotionally balanced. He didn't know how to connect to his breath, and he did not love himself. I don't want to get into that too deep, but... Joanne, what are the risks of wearing a mask? Well, I'm going to tell you something. Why don't you type it in? Okay? I'm not going to go through that. If you want to go to my Facebook and take a look at my one-a-days, we've probably put up what? How many? 12, 15
there's a lot.
Videos by people more capable of talking about masks than me that have studied this. There's a lot. There's a lot of information there. The facts are there. Okay? So let's get the facts from them. All right? And the reality is this. You're going to wear a piece of cloth. Understand something. You know, I had somebody say something to me, and I'm not trying to rock anybody because I do. I honestly love everybody and every culture. And one person said to me, you know what? Why do they want even in places they say if you can't wear a mask, just cover your face. And somebody said to me, this is about the Muslims coming here and taking over, Darrell. And I'm going, there's so much stuff out there. A guy could go crazy. And I'm not saying that. I'm not even agreeing with them. I'm just trying to tell you that everything's madness here. Why don't we just mind our own business? You don't want to wear a mask, don't wear a mask. Okay, let's not say stuff like this. Now that's going to be, now what? Then we're going to perpetuate that? You see, it's always about causing trouble. Mind your own business, okay? And look after your health and your wealth, right? By looking after your emotional ability, which is going in there and getting empowering beliefs and learning how to honor, respect, and love yourself so we can do that for everybody else, right? And I'll tell you something, if the whole world decides that they're going to wear a mask or a covering, that's fine. I'm not going to. That's it. So it really doesn't matter to me what the reason is anymore. The reality is it logical? We've lost logic. We've lost all logic as far as I'm concerned. There is no logic out there. This is the most insane time I've ever seen in my whole life. And you know what? You got to love it. I'm just going to sit back and I'm not going to judge it. I'm going to observe it and I'm going to go, Darrell, mind your own business. Okay? Carrie, good morning. I'm the one that called you yesterday about my foot. I did the roller and it seemed to help a lot. You said do for 15 minutes, but how often? Also, I took the SAC calcium last night, but my ankles and knees really hurt. Well, okay. We've had people for a few days, they don't really hurt. They feel deep and achy. That's because there's so much displaced calcium in your ankles and your knees. So that will happen for a few days. So make sure you're drinking lots of water. Make sure you've gotten rid of all inflammatory eating and inflammatory thinking as much as you possibly can. Now, you can do the foot rolling throughout the day. I'd rather you didn't do the foot rolling for 15 minutes on a foot. I'd rather you did like maybe rolled for 1 minute and you did it every hour each foot. And don't go too hard because if you break up too much calcium crystallization and scar tissue, your feet are going to feel bruised. That's not going to hurt them, but I'd rather you just took it a step at a time. But the calcium, you're feeling the aching because there's so much displaced calcium in those joints. And I promise you, it will end. Okay? But because nothing works like the SAC calcium. You could take any other calcium product on the planet till the cows come home, and it's not going to take the displaced calcium back into the bones, and it's not going to make and break calcium like when you were 25, 30 years old. This is the only product in the world that's going to do it. So hang in there. Okay? And anybody who wants to know about SAC calcium, just dial 0. They'll patch you into me, and I'll answer all your questions because we don't put the pricing up because we're not allowed to put the product up, but we can sell it because it has no harmful side effects. But understand something. What if somebody invented a product that could reverse everything from A to Z? Would somebody else out there feel threatened? Maybe, eh? And those other people that feel threatened, if they were powerful, could they stop us from putting the product out so people could find it? Yes. But they can't stop us from selling it because it has no harmful side effects. Go figure. Welcome to this world. Okay. Every time that happens every time. How long will that last? Because I have a hard time walking. Also, the pain in my foot feels better after I get done doing what you said, but then goes right back to the same pain after a little while. Well, I don't know where you live. But I'll tell you, anybody that comes to me, if they come in Florida, California, come to Canada, or if we send a trainer, a master trainer, down to work on you in your home, it's over. I guarantee it. Okay? Am I going to tell you that we're going to get you out of a wheelchair? No, I'm not going to tell you that, because you might have muscle atrophy or your spine's cut. Am I going to tell you that we're going to do more in the first treatment than all the other treatments put together that anybody's ever done? I will tell you that. And I will tell you that we have a strategy that's going to bring back your life. Okay? Rachel, I am just wondering if you have had any success with healing scleroderma. Well, what is that? It's a group of rare diseases that involve the hardening and tightening of the skin and connective tissues. Are you kidding me? I'm the scar tissue guy. What do you think we do? And understand something. If we know how to balance the pH, get rid of the inflammation, and take the scar tissue apart that's already caused a block, because remember something, the bigger the dam, the more it slows your circulation. The bigger the dam, the more it slows down your energy. The bigger the dam, the more garbage that's going to collect behind it, and it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. The bigger the dam, the more inflammation around it, the more calcification comes into it, the more lactic acid and the more scar tissue. Now you've got this hard physical object inside your body. And guess what? Today, if you have an autoimmune disease today, you have 20 to 30 blocks. If you are a cancer patient, you've got around 30 blocks throughout your body. Scar tissue calcification blocks. Do you think we need to get rid of those to get rid of the cancer? Do you think that we need to get rid of the 20 blocks if you have an autoimmune disease? And then the average person has about 10 blocks. And they're not as big, and they're not called chronic yet, and they haven't crippled you yet. But guess what? What happens with everybody as they get older? Well, God, how many people get older and they're in great shape? Do you want to be in great shape? You can be in great shape, okay? Because it's not your body that's the problem. It's your beliefs that are the problem. It's where you go. It's who you listen to. They're in control. And the reality is, you'll never be in control until you're in control. Boom. Okay. I have tried so many things, many improvements, but I am still dealing with it every day, trying to heal it from all angles, body, mind, and spirit. Any suggestions? The Wolfe non-surgical and doing the perfect day, going into the fastings, and then getting into my energy medicine products. They're not supplements. They're energy medicine. And then using things like Anavicin. I'm going to tell you, if somebody is in big trouble and they say, look I got this, whatever it's going to take, I don't care. You know what? Take a look at our pricing and then tell me that we're ripping anybody off. No, it's not happening. You couldn't do that if you tried. So if somebody comes to me and they just whine about money, I know they've got a lack belief, because I'd rather be $20,000 in debt and have my body back so that I could have my mind back, so that I could go out there and become successful again at living and making money. I mean, if you've got energy and you've got mobility and you've got strength and you've got everything. So the only reason why it's time to retire is because you feel like it. You think this guy's ever going to retire? It's not happening. You know that. It's not just never going to happen, because I'm enjoying myself too much. And the reason why you don't enjoy yourself is because you got too much pain and not enough energy. That's it. That's called retirement. Okay? All right? Get your gold watch and then go do whatever you do. Tracy, I was diagnosed with Kienbock's disease. Okay, a condition in which the lunate bone, one of the 8 small bones in the wrist, loses its blood supply, leading to death of the bone. A few years ago, it's neurosis of the lunate bone and very painful. Any tips? I don't know where you live. I wish that you lived somewhere that I'm going to be, or I would send a master practitioner to you. But the reality is, I know you don't want to believe this, but in 15 to 20 minutes, we could have you feeling so much better with Wolfe non-surgical. I know everybody's going, why does he keep doing this? Well, because until you get it, and until you want to learn it, until you want to bring it home, then you're never going to have it. And the reality is, this is special. It is. And you know what? I would love to do this online and let everybody watch. And then if you actually use the things we do to fix it, oh, what about the skin brushing? What about the Soap Glow? What about using DMSO? What about using Muscle Restore and Pain Away? Okay. What about using an Avicin that when you put your hand into it, it increases the microcirculation right here by 66%. You think that might make a difference? I'm not being sarcastic. I'm just trying to tell you guys. I can repeat myself till the cows come home. The reality is, take a look at itlh.com and watch the testimonials of professionals, medical doctors, naturopaths, chiropractors, okay, and then lay people who have come and taken our certification or have just come here with their family to learn how to work on each other. That's the deal. That's the whole deal. And anyways, guess what? Any tips? I'm not going to give you a tip. I'm going to give you the answer to reverse this. That's it. No tips. Who wants a tip? I'll give you a tip. The tip is, unless you take massive personal action, nothing happens in life. Diane, I have a high cholesterol. I have high cholesterol. Any quick fix? Quick fix and tips. Drake, that'll be our new show. Quick fixes and tips. I'm kidding. Okay, now, did you get this? I want to tell you something, and I want to thank everybody for the way they talk. Quick fix and tips. Doesn't that sound like the medical system? Quick fix and tips? Because you're never going to get the whole strategy. You got to understand something. I want you to come to me so that you never have to come to me. Think about that. I am now on structured water. That's great. Okay? Diane, I would suggest you get a perfect day consultation. It's $125. $25 goes towards the product. We'll send you the hour video or the audio from the consult. And then you've got me and you've got whoever consults you for the rest of your life. No extra charge. Okay? And yeah. So we have follow through. I've called everyone that called me. Okay? All I have right now is 11 people to call back from yesterday. So we keep it going. And we'll keep it going. And if I can sometime never get to this, then you'll have one of my trainers calling you back. But they will call you back. All right? We're going to create an army, okay, of Bravehearts. Caitlin, does Fibroclear help clear up mucus? It will. Curcumin Cayenne 5000 and daily cleansing tea, that's what I would do first. Christine, is it possible to eat too much fruit? Absolutely. Okay? Absolutely. Because it's also a diuretic, so it can loosen your stool. So if it's not loosening up your stool and giving you diarrhea, then you're fine. You're fine. That's it. Okay? Diane, do you sell any other books other than Healthy to 100? No, we don't sell it. We actually give it away if you want it. Okay? So you can actually get it for free if you want. And you only pay the shipping. And what else was I going to say? The only other book I have, can you ask them to bring up the manual? Okay? And tell them to go out to the garage and bring up the new manual that came. Yeah, we just got another 250 of the Wolfe non-surgical manual, and I'll show you that. And we don't sell it. It comes free, okay, with a personal treatment and training when you come with your family or as a couple. And it also comes with the certified course. So when you take a certification course with us, okay, I'll show you that one. But the reality is that the Healthy to 100 is basically everything to get started, and we don't sell the rest of the books. They're all up in the library and they're free, and you can download them. Okay, all right, Stephen. I've got a pain at the base of my spine. Any ideas? What I can do for this? Well, let's put it this way. I showed the pelvic activation squat. I showed the pelvic enhancer. You can get a pelvic enhancer if you call the office from Dean Saleo. We'll give you his phone number. You can call him. He's in Atlanta, Georgia. He'll ship it out. And then if you're in Canada, you can get it from Welton. He's in Alberta. He'll ship that out. They both make them for us. We make no money. So you call them and you go through them. That's it. So any ideas? Well, again, I'm going to tell you, if you get the Wolfe non-surgical, we will reverse this. Okay, so we will reverse this with our technique that we do. Okay, Susan, how can you assist me with fatty lipoma on shoulder and back? And in your opinion, what do you think they are from? Well, it's from diet, and lipomas, I believe, can sometimes be actually home for parasite infestation and where they will actually lay their eggs. I also believe that a fatty lipoma will actually stay away from pork completely, because that's dangerous when you start getting these. And the problem is lipomas will grow in the weakest part of where the body is. And lipomas are a storage shed. Are you ready for this? They're a storage shed for carcinogenic material and things that could really hurt you, that are poisonous to the body. So they don't have to be there if you're not creating it or bringing it in. Okay? And then how do you get rid of it? Well, it all depends. Some of them have like a hard scar tissue wall around them. That first has to be taken apart. And then I would look at DMSO, I would look at Pain Away Essential Oil, frankincense, and really start hitting it pretty hard. But you'll need to do your detoxify all the detoxification organs properly. So you're going to have to take a look at Daily Cleansing Tea, Tummy Love Black Gold, to first do the digestive tract. And the Daily Cleansing Tea works on all the detox organs, but you're going to have to kick in the faithful enema bucket and the proper coffee for doing enemas, and start doing that. And I'd be doing that once to twice a day to begin with. But if you want, get a consult and we'll build you a whole protocol. All right, thanks. So here, and I want to make this perfectly clear. This took 7 years to write, okay? All right? And this is over 300 pages. Now, just so you know this, and I'm saying this, and I think the world should be celebrating. This is the most powerful body work in the world, okay? And I'll tell you something right now. An 8-year-old would understand this manual. And this manual has everything in it on how we create the physical problems we create throughout our body, whether it's in our shoulder or in our knee or our hip or spine, doesn't matter. On an emotional level, how you're going to deal with it on a physical level to actually get rid of the scar tissue, the calcification, the crystallization. And it's, there's thousands, not thousands, but hundreds, probably about 1,500, maybe 1,000 different pictures, and then explanations of your technique, why you're doing it, what you're doing. So understand something. The day that you want to take your life back, you know, you can come and get a personal treatment and training, or we'll send a master trainer to you, and they'll teach you right in your house anywhere around the world. And I want you to understand something. This is not a sales pitch. This is just the way it is. I'm a follow-through guy. You find somebody who's talking bad about me, that I ripped them off, or I didn't teach them, or I didn't follow through and actually give what we're saying we're giving here, you're not going to do that. Okay? And at least I don't believe that you will. Okay? Now, here's the deal. We will actually send or come. We will come anywhere around the world, and we'll certify a clinic in this technique. We will certify one person. We'll certify 10. We will go and teach a family. We taught a family up of 8 in India. We've been to Asia, Greece, South America. We've taught large families, and then we've taught as small as one person and traveled to do it. So understand something. Life is the adventure, and if you're not the practitioner for you and the light for your family, then I think it's you're not going to see anything change. And that's the God's truth. Okay? Let's see what we have here. Good. Layla, what causes skin tags? Look at your liver and look at your kidneys. All right? Now, if you've got longer hair than me, you could take a hair about that long, tie it at the base of the skin tag. You can tie a hair. Tie it once, tie it a knot again, nice and tight, and then just cut it off. Nobody will even see the hair onto it, and it should fall off. And you can even add a little bit of DMSO onto it. Just choke its blood supply. Okay, that's not going to hurt you, I promise, okay? 1 second, I just lost information. Yeah, but you got to look at your liver and your kidneys, but you got to look at your bowels first. Your bowels back up, liver gets in trouble, kidneys get in trouble, and that's where I believe skin tags come from. And you'll usually find them where? A lot of times it'll be around the armpit, okay, or on the neck. And the reason being is the lymph nodes are jammed up. And it's like this. Skin tag, polyp, wart, they're all the same family. Okay? Eczema, psoriasis, fungal and viral problems. Hey, don't you just love them? Okay. Chrissy, I have an entire page of serious things wrong with me. Okay, first of all, Chrissy, watch out with your story. You're going to have to change your story. So let's talk one time about what your condition is, and then let's stop talking about everything you've gone through. Now, I'm not picking on you, and it may feel like that, but how often do you think about all the things that are wrong with you? How often do you talk to a professional about it? How often do you talk to your family about it? And how more often do you think anybody wants to hear about it? The reality is most people don't know how to help you. The reality is that you've got to learn how to help yourself, and you've got to become a braveheart here. And you've got to start rewriting your story and changing the way you're talking and walking and thinking and drinking and eating. That's my best advice. And now I'll read what else you have to say. All these problems are backed up with testing results. That's great. That's great. So now it's certified. Let me tell you something. Go for as many tests you want, everybody. Just keep getting tested. If I got tested right now, they would find something that would be out of whack. And I guarantee you that I could get a drug for something that's wrong with Darrell right now when I feel amazing. So don't tell me that all of this can be proven and certified when we're coming from a dysfunctional foundation. You're only going to have dysfunction for the rest of your life. Now, you don't like this, do you? I wouldn't like it if I was talking like this to me. Because guess what? This has all been government approved. This has all been certified. And this whack job Dr. Wolfe, he's not certified. We have to take a look at how we look at things. Do you ever think about the way you think? Do you ever think about the way you talk? That's where we start. When a person walks into my clinic, I don't look at the condition they have. I look at the condition they're in. I don't judge them. I observe them and go, how am I going to help this person? How am I going to come in through the back door of their subconsciousness to help them get back their brave heart and the belief that they're beautiful, that they can heal themselves, that they're amazing? That's all this is. That's all this is about. Take a look at everybody out there. If you're on the edge, boy, then you're getting cut right now. All these problems and things wrong with me. All these problems are backed up with testing results. All of my problems started when I got hit by a drunk driver. You better forgive the drunk driver. And you better send him love. And you better make sure that you send him love and hope that he's able to overcome his addiction. Because everybody has addiction. Okay? I'm addicted to loving myself and minding my own business and taking massive personal action to have a beautiful day every day. What's your addiction? I got hit by a drunk driver when I was 29 years old. I've been disabled ever since then. I'm now 52 years old and want to live before I die. Well, I'll tell you right now, you can call me Chrissy. I can't give it to you for free. But the reality is you're not going to find a place that does what I do and charges what I charge. And if you're worth a few $1,000s, and I said a few, I didn't say tens of thousands. I said a few thousand. If you're worth a few $1,000s, then I'll follow through. But you got to follow through and love you. And you got to forgive. You got to forgive this drunk driver and everybody else. You got to forgive. And you got to forgive yourself. Then you go, oh, I don't need to forgive myself. I didn't do anything wrong. Well, then why is things going wrong in your life? There's other people that have been hit by a drunk driver and they're not in this situation. So how traumatic and dramatic it is, it'll affect you. But then how often do you tell the story and how often do you live the drama? And then do you make that one incident responsible for everything that's happened as a domino effect in your life? See, my job, my passion is not out there to look for friends. It's not to look for enemies. Understand something. At the end of the day, if you don't like me, but you love you, I'm successful. That's it. That's success for me. Now, at the end of the day, if you love you and you still like me, that's even way better. That's a home run. But the reality is, I'm not doing this job. I'm not doing this job and going to cut back on the integrity and cut back on not trying to do everything I possibly can to give you back your life. Okay? I'm not after brownie points here. I'm after you saying what you just said. I want to live before I die. I've just came across your video and wonder where I would start to learn more about your program. You are very inspiring. Thank you so very much. And this is what I want to say to you, Chrissy. You can't do better till you know better. And the beliefs that you have created everything that happened in your life. My gosh, if you could accept that, which is hard, but if you could accept that, then you'd know that the beliefs that you have today could make today. And if those beliefs were, Chrissy, you're amazing. I love you so much. I'm going to honor, protect, and respect you. And I'm only going to have amazing thoughts about myself and how I'm the greatest healer that ever came on this planet and that God only totally loves me. Wow. Mind-blowing. It would turn around. And then you've got to love yourself on all levels. Feed your spirit, which will feed your and change your emotional thoughts about yourself. It'll change your whole physical body. Let me tell you something. The chemistry in the body is regulated by your thoughts. That's it. And it's the chemistry in your body that creates the physical part of the body. Everything starts from the invisible to the physical. You know what? Thought form creates physical form. If you're crippled right now, physically, you're crippled emotionally. Now, I'm not saying that if you're in a wheelchair that you're going to be crippled emotionally because you can't move for the rest of your life because your spine's cut. But we all grow and we all need to change. And we're all crippled emotionally on some level. I'm still working on myself. I'm going to admit that right now. I only know what I know. And I'm going to continue to work on me. Because if I don't work on me, I can't work on anyone else. And if I can't show that I've been there and that I'm somewhere new and that I've got this, why would you want to come to me? And if I can't hold the line for you, then why would you want to come to me? That's the deal. So, Chrissy, where do you start? Well, send me an email, quickstart@docofdetox.com. Start there. But I would really highly suggest that if you're going to have to take massive action. You should come for a personal treatment and training. And if you can't come for a personal treatment and training, then you come for treatments. But I would tell you that if you could come for like 12 days, You could even come on my show and we could show everyone. How's that? Proof is in the pudding. Yeah, and you keep saying, why does he want everybody on his show? Well, because the world doesn't believe in itself anymore. Because people don't believe in self-healing. And people don't believe that you could be physically or emotionally crippled and turn it around. People believe that if the great white coats can't do it, then no one can. And there is the greatest sin, if there was a sin. Natasha, day 1 yesterday and massive headache. Guessing it's normal from all toxins and coffee enema helped. Nervous with doing 2 enemas a day. Then don't do that. Do one a day until you feel good about it. And if you feel really good from doing 1, why do 2? Yvette, hi doc, can we have a small salad with the broth? No, you shouldn't. You can't. You shouldn't. It's just 3 days, guys. But if you really want to do it, because I won't see you, you better make sure it's a small salad. And you better make sure that you chew it and it's a liquid before it goes down. How's that? It's not the end of your life, but it's just doing things right to get the most out of them. Heather, why use black gold with the coffee enemas? What is the benefit? Well, first of all, we use black gold and tummy love. When we boil the water, and you don't have to use structured water, but why use structured water? Well, it has no surface tension. It can take the black gold and the coffee and go into the liver about 1,000% better, which is 10 times better. And why would we use black gold when we boil the coffee? Because when you strain the black gold, the smaller micron sizes of those particles, they go in. When your liver dumps the toxins, okay? When your liver dumps the toxins, what do you think's grabbing the liver toxins so that it doesn't reabsorb and go back into your bloodstream? Those small particles of the black gold are going to grab the toxins from the liver and take them safely out of your colon. Isn't it better to be more efficient? Because, we all know we got leaky gut. And you don't want the worst toxins in your life that are in your liver going back into your bloodstream, because then your liver has to rework them. Okay? And then we put the tummy love in after we make the coffee enema. And what the tummy love does, guess what it does? It reinstates mummy's good bacteria better than any bacterial product, because bacterial products are all foreign to the body, and it's only mummy's bacteria that really helps. And even if you've done chemo or you've done antibiotics, you still have mummy's good bacteria in there. You just have to have 1, and you'll have trillions within days or weeks if you do this right. There's my answer, and I'm sticking to it. What is the brand of the nebulizer? Well, you know what? Let me just see. What did I do with it here? Nebulizer. It's right here. The brand. I don't know the brand. But the reality is, this one here, we did get out of China. And that's why we were able to sell it for $35. And we no longer do sell it because it's now a medical device since COVID. Okay? All right? Yeah. Yeah, there's no agenda here. Okay. All right. Heather, if you want, though, I'll tell you what I'll do. Monday I'll have you, I'll have it, okay? Monday I'll have it. All right? Or can you do me a favor, Drake, and see if they can tell Tara to text up to me what it's called, what the brand is? Oh, you can still get the nebulizers, guys. We still have nebulizers, I think, in the United States in our warehouse. So once they're gone, they're gone. So if you want to get our nebulizer, order it now. Okay? Because I don't know. I think we have some left down there, maybe like 40 or 50. Next. Let me see here. Heather, the certification program says September 12th and October 8th is the program. 4 weeks long. 18. No, it's 21 days. So September 12th to the 8th. That's in Orlando, Florida. That's 21 days, right? So, yeah, it's 21 days. That's how long it is. And in there, in that 21 days, you've got a day off after the 8 days of the whole life coach certification. And then you've got 7 days. And then we take a day off. And then you've got 4 more days, okay, of the Wolfe non-surgical. And that's to give people just a breather. Like, I'm telling you, this is a really powerful course, guys. You know, when you come out of this course in 21 days, I know what you're going to say. You don't know what you're talking about. Well, let me tell you something. I do know what I'm talking about. We have people that have come out. Let's take John and Robin, okay? Robin comes and takes the course. Robin used to work in the oil industry, okay? Now, up north, and this is up north, and she lives out in the boonies, okay? So she wanted to come and just take the whole life coach because she wanted to do it to get her emotional because she just felt her life was terrorism. Comes, takes the course, and goes, holy man, I can't believe this. You're right. Yeah, she was done the course, and she goes, yes, I can do better than the practitioners I know that I've gone to. And yes, I know I got this. So guess what Robin does? Robin opens up a business, and she actually quit her job. So what does Robin do again? She comes back for the second time to take the course. Another 21 days. Oh, but now this time, her husband that works in the oil fields goes, oh my gosh, my wife, Robin. Oh, and if you want to talk to John and Robin, you go right ahead. I'll get you their phone number. They have a practice. But let me just tell you the whole story so you don't think that I'm just making things up. And I can give you at least another 50 to 100 people right off the bat. So here's the deal. Robin comes back the second time, and her husband goes, oh my gosh, guess what? She's leaving me behind. And they did a testimonial, and they even said this. He said, if I didn't come and take the whole life coach, we wouldn't be together anymore. Because I didn't realize how much and dysfunctional, depressive programs I was running. And either did she. But now she sees mine, and she sees how good life can be. And, you know, when I talk to her, she goes, I'm leaving. Not you, but I'm leaving. I'm going to rise. I'm going to have the life that was always promised me. So she opens up herself a business. He comes down and takes the whole life, just a whole life coach. And he goes, oh my gosh, I should have been here for the whole thing. He comes back into the next one. So now he has a great business with up in the oil rigs. And I think he just sold it. I'm not sure. But the reality is, after he took it, now they're both working together. They work way up north. They're booked out for 3 months, solid. They don't stop. You guys don't get this. You don't. It's hard to fathom, eh? Because guess what? Rules are for fools. And guess what? Most of the stuff in life, you think that somebody really thought about things. Well, I think that people think about things and then make up rules to make people feel crippled emotionally, physically, and financially. Thank you very much. So what I should do, if you guys want, let me know. I'll have them on my show. And we'll do a show and then find out if I told you the truth. Now, Robin was supposed to help me with my last course. But she couldn't come down. She had to cancel. Why? Overbooked. Right? Because she wanted to come down and help teach. Because after you've come here 3 times, okay, all right, then you can come and you can help train. And then once you've trained 3 times with us, then you can start doing trainings. So the reality is, we're going to create an army of people that believe in themselves. And that's the bottom line. So what was the question here? I got way off track. The certification program is okay. How is the cost of the certifications? Okay, so when you take the 21-day certification, it's $7,500. Okay? Now, when you take them together, when you take them apart, it's $3,000 for the whole life coach, and then it's $5,500 for the Wolfe non-surgical. But we don't stop here. Okay, there's nobody, and I'll tell you something, there's nobody like us, because here's the deal. How would you like it if you always wanted to be a practitioner and you had to struggle. And they told you couldn't unless you spent 50,000, 100,000, unless you went to school for 10, 15 years. Okay? Understand something. I don't believe in that stuff. I believe you should learn and keep learning and keep growing, but growing consciously is much more important than growing subconsciously. Trust me. Okay? And understand something. Guess what? Education doesn't mean knowledge. Did you get that? And understand something. I just had a talk this morning with a group of practitioners, and I said this. We'll get a professional here, chiropractor, or physiotherapist, medical doctor. But you know what? It'd be very difficult to teach a class of them because I've already done that. Because now we got to go through all the programming they've been given. The reality is this. Once you take my course, I do actual trainings every week. So your training never stops, and there's no charge. Okay? So I do trainings every week. Every second week I do trainings for people who have just taken the course once or twice. But those who are master trainers, they get trained every week if they want to come on. Okay? The next thing is, we'll actually build you a website at cost. So that means that you're actually getting our website duplicated the way you want it. Your name, your look. You get my library. You get all the products. You never have to ship them. You never have to carry them if you don't want. And you're making profit as if you're carrying them. And we'll do it for $2,500. Now you're going, oh my gosh, what is he, crazy? No, it's about, you can believe it or think I have an agenda behind this. But the reality is, I'm going to leave this world a better place. And I truly believe that what we do here on this planet is not about people saying, thank you, Dr. Wolfe, thank you. I don't want that. That's not what I'm after. I'm after feeding my spirit and growing my spirit and ascending, because I really believe the only way that you can truly ascend and you can really, anyways, it's personal. I was raised a Christian, and there's things I really believe about that. And I really believe that, you know what? I don't really feel like not growing on a universal level. End of story. The reality is, let's just see if we can really do good, get paid well, but do good. Let's do good. What if we all wanted to be paid well, really well? And what if we all wanted to do good? Because there's enough money and there's enough goodness in everyone. If we just get rid of our own dysfunctional beliefs of lack. And that's the bottom line. And I'm going to prove this, and nothing's going to get in my way. I'm going to prove to everyone that there's a genius practitioner in everyone. And trust me, I've been bashed for this, and I will continually get bashed for this. But understand something. The World Organization of Natural Medicine, which is the most beautiful organization, and they have professors, they have medical doctors, they have top people from all around the world in this organization. And it's the only organization I want to be part of. Thank you very much. And that's an organization that you can even continue your training. Once you've come to us, then that gets you in so you can continue your training. And you can even work your way into a doctorate. So the reality is, okay, there's a new game in town called self-respect, self-honor, and I'm going for my dream. Okay? And nobody's going to block me anymore except myself. And all we want to do is help you not block yourself. That's it. Where are we here? Do you recommend straight colloidal silver in the nebulizer? Well, our silver is not a colloidal. It's an ion silver. And I don't know all the colloidal silvers. And I do know some silvers aren't great. But make sure that you use a really good colloidal silver, okay? Not one that you make with your own machine and you've got these big particles in it, okay? So, there's, with everything, there's different degrees of quality, right? Our silver is the smallest ion that you can make, and it's called silver bullet. And yes, just make sure it's a good one. Do your homework. Do you recommend, okay, can you clap on varicose spider veins? Yes, you can. I'm going to be showing that. You should also use our vein away. You should put vein away on there as well, and understand spider veins are caused because of microcirculation problem, which is caused because of a constipation problem. But I've never been constipated. Yes, you have. And you've also backed up your liver. Okay? And you can get rid of spider veins, and I'm going to be going through that. You can also use DMSO. You can use our vein away. You can use clapping. You should also be doing salt glows and skin brushing. I'm going to show the whole routine. All right? That's actually going to happen when I do the clapping. Okay? So when we do the clapping, we're going to be going through whatever the condition is and whatever else we can do to help you. Oh my gosh, when I get this clapping class done, which nobody believes anymore because I keep saying I'm going to do it. So, but we're real close, right, Drake?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been really busy, okay, as you can tell, right? Sylvia, what amount of time would I need to book off work for a personal treatment and training? 7 days. 7 days. You fly in on Saturday afternoon, and if you get here early enough, we'll start on Sunday. And depending on how many people come, like in a personal treatment and training, we are going to do 30 hours, and we usually do 6 hours a day. But if you came in a day earlier, we might just do 5 hours a day, or do 6 hours a day, and then you could take Sunday off, or we could do the Sunday and you could take a day off throughout the middle. So, you know, we work around you. This is supposed to be an adventure, okay? And for every extra person you bring, you add 5 hours onto that, okay? So if a couple comes, it's 30 hours. If they bring someone extra, 3 people, it's 35. Another one, 40 hours. So you see, that gives you the calculations, right? And you can stay in one of our condos, right? And you'll be right here. It's a $10 million view, if you've seen my videos. And right across the street, we have a volcano, an old volcano, and you can walk to the top, and it's a provincial park. And then down the whole view is a beautiful 75-mile lake and 110 wineries. And there's an organic winery right down below. And there's another one that they make all their wine in a pyramid, which is across the lake. And then you can even come and you can go to a kangaroo farm, and you can hold a little baby kangaroo and feed it. What do you think of that? And then we have like a lavender farm here. We have a Chinese gardens here. It's really a beautiful place any time of year, okay? And if you want to know more about the personal treatment and training, look at the guide in my library, or just give me a call, extension 5. I deal with everybody with certifications and coming for just treatments, or if they're coming for a personal treatment and training where they want to learn the techniques, okay? So that's it. Okay, the brand of the nebulizer is Mesh Nebulizer YM-52. Okay? Make sure that Tara also puts it under the question on Facebook, if it was on Facebook, okay? Charlene, I bought the Bright Eyes. How does it work for glaucoma? They want to do surgery here. Eyes are strained and fatigued. She gotten laser more than once. Okay, so today I didn't do it, but here's the deal. I'm going to do it now because I'm feeling a little bit stressed. If a person has glaucoma in this new world, this new society, if you've got any eye disorder, eye problem, you have to get Tesla glasses. I know you don't want to hear that. These things cost a few $100s, trust me. But when you put them on, you're going to go, wow. Now, also, in 1 week, we'll have 5 new styles up on our, for the Tesla glasses. So you've been thinking about it, just hold off. Now, the Tesla glasses take the blue light and the 5G, and it turns it into healing frequencies and light for your brain and your eyes. How important is that when everything is LED lighting, computers, phones, Everything gives off blue light now, which destroys the endocannabinoid system in your brain, and it causes cataracts, causes glaucoma, causes stigmatisms, causes floaters. I could keep going on. The worst thing about 5G, it's going to sterilize little boys. It's also going to cause ovarian problems for girls, but not as bad as the sterilization for boys. And it damages your eyes. Everybody's eyes are going to be damaged by 5G. And I'm going to be doing a show next Wednesday about the mayor of Kelowna and a gentleman who's coming up against him saying that it's a greed move and people are already complaining, and it's only been a few weeks downtown, the 5G, and people are going crazy already about this. And they actually blocked a 30-foot 5G tower. They stopped it. So anyways, I'm going to do the show because I need to do my part, right? Because I live here. All right, where were we? Oh, glaucoma. Well, the reality is if this person does not want to take a look at their emotions, then their emotional chaos right now, they're dumping chemicals of acidity in their body. That's just going to take their eyes down and everything else. And then if they don't want to look at the perfect day diet and start having a really clean, non-inflammatory diet, and then they need to do the bright eyes, they need to do the Fulvic. But if they were to do the Tesla glasses and take a look at what's called a bioptron light, that's our best chance with a person like this. So I've given you all the information. I don't want to get into the details too much because then it just becomes Darrell Wolfe, the marketeer, right? Okay. All right. If you're interested, call me. That'll be it for questions, okay? Drake, can you let her know?
Yeah.
Mary, if you fast 12 days, how many days do you have to do the broth? 6. It's best to do 6. You could get away with 4, but it's best to do 6. Just try to do things right. And remember what I said. You're not just doing the broth. You're doing the broth. You're doing the celery juice. And you're still going to do the ATP. You're still going to do the Fulvic. You're still going to do the Enemas minerals. You still can do essential oils that are going to give you lots of energy in your water. If you want the lemon lift, the super cinnamon, or the orange burst, it's enough. You got this. Just make sure that you're taking 5 minutes whenever you can, every hour if you can, and do your breathing, do the squatting. Just stay connected and don't let anything create anxiety. Get rid of anxiety as much as possible. There's always a little bit of stress, but don't tell anybody you're going to do anything else extra. Okay? Keep it cool. Let's see if you can be the master of your surroundings. Okay? Do you boil black gold with the coffee? Yes. Yes, you do. You boil it with the coffee. 1 level tablespoon black gold. Boil it with the coffee, and then you strain it through a strainer. Then you put it into your enema bag, okay, or a bucket. You know, if it's a stainless steel bucket, right? We have them in our both locations. And we have 3 warehouses throughout the United States, so you get your products really fast. And anything you buy, if you buy anything over $49, it's free shipping. And it's not snail mail. It's quick, all right? Yeah. So you do boil it. And we made it. So this is the last Q&A for the advanced fast. Oh, wait, we got one last one. Hold on. This is the last one, though. Dr. Wolfe, I want to call you about coming up for a personal treatment and training. I'm from Canada. You said that there was 3 weeks because the border's still closed to the Americans. Can I book it? Yes, you can. Also, did you say that we get the manual with every personal treatment and training? Yes. As of now, we are giving the manual with every personal treatment and training. And the reality is this. You deserve to know and to have the best. Okay? Remember something, everyone. Everybody's looking for the practitioner that's going to save their butt. Well, guess what? When you're done here, go look in the mirror. Okay? All right, that ends the show for today, everyone. So Wednesday, July the 22nd, I'm going to be doing Rheumatoid Arthritis, Toxic and Twisted, Part 1 at 3 o'clock. And her name is Janice. And then we're going to do Part 2, and we're going to show you how arthritic hands, a knot this big, how's that for rheumatoid arthritis, on her knuckles. And I'm going to show you how I can bring down and do the impossible, how about in 15 minutes, okay? So you're going to see it, so I can't hide it, and we'll just find out if I can do it. So that's Wednesday, which is tomorrow, and Thursday, okay? And then look for the clapping start to come out around 2 to 3 weeks from now, and we'll be bringing it out, a show every few days. Right, Drake?
Yep.
And then send me your email at quickstart@docofdetox.com if you want our 7 empowering steps. And if you're interested in a consultation, go to my webpage, click on consultations, and then pick the consultant that you like. Everyone that fills out a case history, I go through it with every consultant, so know that. Okay, you get the audio, and we build you a protocol, and then you've got lifetime support by us. And we want to hear from you, okay? We always want to hear from you, all right? And let me see here. Next, if you want my book, Healthy 100, you can get it for free. You pay the shipping. Don't forget, everyone, Mondays, you can join me for my Doc Talk live Q&A. They're usually at 3 o'clock, so that'll be next Monday, okay? Next thing, when you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe below and make sure you click on the bell to enable notifications so that you never miss a show. Hey, guys, come on, share our shows. You know, share our shows everywhere you can, okay? Let's get the information out there, all right? All shows and our Q&As are time-stamped on YouTube 24 hours later, okay? So you can go right to the question or right to the topic. Also, if you want to listen, you can download any of my shows from iTunes, Spotify, or SoundCloud. Okay? Thanks for joining me for this 6-week advanced water fasting challenge, everybody. And you know what? Whether you were a spectator or you actually tried it, bravo. Because the day that we actually start giving ourselves time and some energy and taking massive personal action will be the day that everything changes in your life, okay? And I do mean that. You will see the change, and you will be the change. So, 3, 2, 1, together, let's change the world. God bless everyone. Take your power back. Well, better still, let's not give it away, okay? Talk to you later. If you're looking for life-saving and life-changing information, well, you've come to the right place. Don't forget to click and subscribe. Stay connected.